People can get really insecure about the size of certain things. You know, some guys can be insecure about certain sizes of certain appendages. Well, Donald Trump is pretty concerned about the size of his plane. Okay? And as I wrote here, everyone knows that size doesn't matter. Everyone knows that size doesn't matter. It's about how you use it. It's about how you use the plane. That's what matters. Well, it still doesn't stop the insecurities from people like Trump, who are constantly going to be whining about how his plane is not big enough. And, you know, that really shows that he has an absolute commitment to the interests of the American people, and how that is his top priority, is making sure that everyone has a beautiful big plane. That everyone has access to healthcare so their kid won't be unalived in school. You get what I mean. So Donald Trump is pretty sad about the size of his plane. You know, he went to Saudi Arabia and he was looking around at all the other guys with their planes and was like, why is my plane not big enough? Why is my plane not big enough? Listen, I want a big plane. I want a big plane. I heard that you go to foreign countries to maybe get a surgery for a bigger plane. I heard that you maybe go to another country like South Africa to go and get a bigger plane. Maybe you go to Djibouti. Let me tell you, Djibouti is a good place to get a plane. Donald Trump recently traveled to Saudi Arabia, where he landed and was welcomed with lavish gifts and treatment, walking on the purple carpet. There was even a McDonald's truck that was there. Yeah, literally a mobile McDonald's food truck right there to welcome the president. Girl, that's just wild. So Donald Trump was clearly upset about the idea that his plane was smaller. He said, and when you land, you see those planes in Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates, and you see Qatar, and you see all of these. They have brand new 747 Boeings mostly, and you see ours next to it. It's like a totally different plane. It's much smaller. It's much less impressive as it is. We are the United States. I believe that we should have the most big and impressive plane. We should have the biggest plane, a plane you've never seen before. So Donald Trump is literally complaining about plane size. That's the priority of the president of the United States, is complaining about plane size. You know, some people say, oh, you shouldn't accept gifts. You shouldn't accept gifts for the country. My attitude is, why wouldn't I accept a gift? Why wouldn't I accept a gift? We're giving to everyone else. I mean, why wouldn't I accept it? Why wouldn't I accept it? Because it's going to be a couple years, I think, before the Boeings are finished. And they will be wonderful when they are finished. But that's a long time. That's a long time. I can't wait that long. I'm going to be too old. I am already too old. I'm falling asleep when people are talking to me. And I think it's fantastic. I think it's great. Their voice is like butter. And I listen to it all day. And it's like, ooh. And so he goes, we have a lot of gifts. Too many gifts, to be honest with you, said Trump. We give gifts to defend countries that wouldn't even exist. Wouldn't even exist all over the world. Countries that wouldn't even exist. God, the man knows how to repeat himself. But I thought it was a beautiful gesture. Now, there are those that say we shouldn't be accepting gifts from the Defense Department, that we shouldn't be accepting them. And, you know, I would say only a stupid person would say that. That's why out of all the relatively new planes, instead we have 40-year-old planes. You know, that's not representative of our country. The priorities of our current American president is totally out of whack. He is prioritizing, why don't I have the biggest plane? Why don't I have the flashiest plane? Why can't I have the newest plane? Wah. Dude, do your job as president. Do your job as president. If you're in the stages of getting a new Air Force One, great. Awesome. That's fine. But in the meantime, why are you constantly whining about the fact that your plane is too small? Everyone knows that size doesn't matter.